Have you had issues controlling what you think about? Maybe you can't stop thinking about this person. You can't stop thinking about the conversation last night. Maybe you can't stop thinking about like your business, if your car is going to get repossessed, you can't stop thinking about that girl, the pornography. You can't stop thinking about something. Why can't you stop thinking about it? Well, in today's video, I'm going to get down to the practical, spiritual reason why you are having issues controlling your thoughts. And this is going to be something that you should take with you for the rest of your life. So, it's a portion of your mind. And this portion of your mind is called appetite. Now, I know you think that appetite is something that you, like what you want to eat, what you have an appetite for. Maybe you wake up and you're like, you know what, I want pizza today. Maybe you want spaghetti. Maybe you want fried chicken. Whatever you think, now that is a portion of your appetite, sure. But spiritually speaking, what is appetite? Because I wouldn't be bringing this up if it meant nothing. Now, the word appetite, it means desire. It means desire. And what does desire mean? The desire means it from the Father. From the Father. So desire is actually a spiritual process. It involves the spirit world. It involves intuition. It involves inspiration, and it involves you. Okay, so appetite is when the Father is looking down and observing what you are taking in, what you decide to use, what you decide to look at, what you decide to talk about, what you decide to eat. That's appetite. Now let me give you an example of appetite in your real life. So you might be a parent, a father or a mother, and you then might see your child playing baseball. You might see your child playing baseball, and it's not something that you really encouraged your child to do. It's just in their free time they look at baseball. In their free time they pick up their baseball bat. They're looking up baseball on YouTube. You as a parent could confidently say, my child has an appetite for baseball. There's no difference from the spirit world to us. What we decide to do over and over and over again is appetite. That's appetite. And now appetite, of course, it can be with food, right? Demons can tell you, hey, you need to drink alcohol. You need to eat fatty cakes. You need to, eat until your belly is full. This is the way. This is the way. So appetite is neutral by itself. It is not holy. It's not demonic. Now, why can't you stop thinking about something? And why am I bringing up appetite? Because appetite is actually a faculty of your mind. Okay, appetite is a faculty of your mind, kind of like imagination, or your will, or your prayer, or wisdom. All these are different portions of your mind. Sight. Okay, appetite is one of the main faculties of your mind. And the reason why you can't stop thinking about a thing or anything is because you are being led by your appetite. Now, let me put appetite in a certain frame so you can kind of understand it more clearly. In your mind, not your brain, because you have a brain, that's the organ. I'm talking about the mind. So in your mind, you will just imagine fertile soil or soil, okay? And this soil, I know you see the snow around me because it's Alaska, but this soil it goes out infinitely. It goes out forever. You can like walk 1,000 miles this way, 1,000 miles this way. You can fly 1,000,000 miles. Just stay with me, okay? So this soil is forever. But in this soil, if you are led by your appetite, whatever you plant in it will grow exponentially. It will grow forever. So appetite is like endless fertilizer to the soil. Now I'm a plant man, so I know like we have watering days and then we have fertilizing days. Okay, most days that we provide water, it's just water because they need water. Plants need water. Some days plants need to eat. Okay, when you are overthinking or can't stop thinking about something, it's because appetite is leading that image. And what is an image? Now, an image is not like something that you're looking on your phone. Okay, an image is an artificial representation of a person or a thing. Okay, it's an artificial representation of a person or a thing. Now this artificial representation, it could be anything. Okay, but let me put it into a practical way that you can understand the spiritual world. Okay, an image is an internal experience. So if somebody lied to you 10 years ago, you can still experience that all over again right now. Now, is it real? No. Of course, it already happened. But you can experience where you were, how it smelt, if they hit you or not, if there was like your husband cheating on you or your wife cheating on you, or let's say you got promoted at work 15 years ago. You can think back to that and you can bring that image right back. You're sitting in the office and all three of your shift managers come in and say, you got promoted. You have a $7, an hour raise. All right. That's an image. Okay. An internal image. You can think back to your grandmother, baking your favorite apple pie and hugging you and telling you that she loves you and, being there for you, showing you what true love really is. This is an image, okay? Your grandma might have transitioned. She might not be here anymore, and that's fine. However, I'm just demonstrating what an image is. If you have that image in appetite only, the portion of your mind called appetite, you are only able to think about that image over and over and over and over and over and over again. So this is why some people get emotionally exhausted, because somebody is lying to them at work and you can clearly know or feel that they're lying to you, and you're going to bed with your husband or your wife and you're like, Kyle just keeps lying to me. He smiles in my face, but I know that he's lying to me. And now you feel disconnected in the bedroom. Now you feel disconnected around the kitchen. Now you feel disconnected with your own children. Okay, this is real life. Like, this is how it happens. Okay, so appetite is something that like you need to learn about, number one, but then you need to learn how to manage it. Okay, first you should know that appetite itself is not creative. You cannot your imagination is the part of your mind that creates. Okay, it's only your imagination that creates. Your appetite only replicates, it clones, infinitely. It makes doubles and triples and quartets and for as long as you are staring at the image. Now, remember, your attention is your most valuable spiritual asset. So in spirit, in your mind, if you continue to stare or look at an image and your appetite is leading you, then that means this is when you can't stop thinking about something. This is when you are having an issue not thinking about something. You know, like you're overwhelmed with these emotions. You're overwhelmed because you keep thinking about how sexy she is, how handsome he is, or whatever. This is why people get stuck right here. This is the root. The root. There's no therapy can get deeper than this. This is the root. It might be boring, but this is the root. Okay? Now that you know the root, here's one way that you can fix it. And I know it's simple, but it's not going to be easy. Okay? Stop thinking about it. Oh, that's hard. Okay? Well, first you need to know what a thought is. Then you need to know what thinking is. And then you need to know how to change your thinking. I was growing up in Tucson, Arizona. There's a church on a mountain. And I was like 9 or 10 years old, and the Sunday school teacher told me, because he saw that I was upset, he said, "Kyle, don't think this way." I turned to him, you know, me being so young, I've always been curious. I turned to him and said, "How do you do that?" He stopped, he looked at me, he finally had to process instead of just regurgitate things that he thought was right, and he said, "I don't know." Wow. Well, you're supposed to be the adult. If you don't know and you're telling me to do this, how am I supposed to know? So then what I did is I just shut my mouth. I created a mask. I stopped communicating my distress, my dissatisfaction. So now I know how to change your thinking. It's simple, but it's not easy. So first, you need to practice how to hold an image for 10 seconds in your mind without shifting your focus. Once you can do that, create the image opposite of what is keeping you up at night. Then hold that image in your mind for 10 seconds. Do it again, then do it again, and do it again. You'll find that it's not so easy. It's simple, but it's not easy. You might be able to look and create the image, but then your mind goes somewhere else real quick. Okay? And the mind going somewhere else, remember, attention is active direction of the mind. So your mind going somewhere else, that is spiritual warfare. Because your attention is the most valuable spiritual asset. The type of attention that you provide in spirit determines your provisions in life. It's just, it's the truth, okay? Now, I'm going to end it here. If you are having issues with lust, I want you to right now think about and consider getting on a one-on-one free private clarity session call with me, okay? Where I will tell you exactly where lust is attacking your mind and how like what it's costing you and what the way forward is in real life. Okay, it will be down below in the description. So if you didn't know, well, now you know. Man, it's cold out here.